What's up, guys? In today's video we are going to go over JSON Web Tokens. I'm starting a small series on Portswigger using the Academy. And so what we will be doing is, let's go back to our original. Let me turn off my notifications. Okay, so here we have JSON Web Token Attacks in the Web Security Academy. I am trying to upskill my web security knowledge, um, the offensive side. So I am starting off with JWT Attacks, as I worked in a hack the box machine that included this a long time ago. I think it was called like Notebook or something like that, and I thought it was just a good way to start off practicing my web knowledge. So what are JSON Web Tokens? So JSON Web Tokens are signed tokens that the application uses to authenticate users, right? The application will will assign the logged in user a JWT token in a JSON format. This token includes a signature, which is used to maintain integrity, just to make sure that nothing was changed or can be changed. Because if you do not have the secret key, you cannot create a valid signature or a valid key token. So, how do we spot or know that it is a JSON Web Token? So, one of the major things is that each part is separated by a dot. That is one of the key identifiers, right? And what are these three parts, you may ask? So, we have a header, a payload, and a signature. Sorry, my nose is super itchy. So this header, it specifies the algorithm the application will use to generate the signature. So here I already have it URL and base64 decoded, and we can see that the algorithm used is RS256. You would also see HS256 a lot. Those are like the two most common algorithms used to encrypt the token. And then the second section we have is payload. The payload is what contains all the access control stuff, so user IDs, maybe their privileges, emails. We can see that here it says their name, their email. That's all included in the payload section. And then in the signature section, the application concatenates the header and payload, which are like obviously separated by a dot. So it concatenates these two, chains them, puts them together. Then it uses something called a secret key to generate the token, which the algorithm uses. Wait. Oh, which. Okay. So the application concatenates these two. Then a secret key is used to generate the token, which the algorithm takes to create a signature. So it creates it creates a token with the secret key, and then the algorithm, takes this to create a signature. I'm sorry, I'm reading my notes, and it's just like a bunch of little steps. It's not as complicated as it sounds. So, how is this secure? So, yeah, because anyone can just decode it and find out a bunch of information. So, well, if you grab the JWT token of a user and are able to change the privileges or the user itself to admin, by changing the payload, you won't be logged in as admin, because the signature itself will prevent that from happening. This section right here. Even if you know the header and the payload, there's no way to generate a valid signature without knowing the secret. No valid signature is no valid token. So you can't generate this without a valid secret. However, so the first lab, we don't have to really mess with any creation or brute forcing of keys. We just have to, let's see, read what it says. JSON Web Token authentication bypass via unverified signature. So this what this tells me is that we can impersonate any user with this forged token since the signature is not verified. The lab uses a JWT based mechanism for handling sessions. Due to implementation flaws, the server doesn't verify the signature of any of the JWT that it receives. Okay, so as long as we can manipulate the payload, we can create a valid token, as long as obviously we fill it up with valid credentials, valid input. So we have two tasks here. We have to gain access to the admin panel at /admin, and then we have to delete the user Carlos. Dang, Carlos, what did you do, bro? Why you gotta be deleted? That's crazy. You can delete this. Okay, and we are supplemented. Let me log out as I was working with this. My account. We are provided the credentials Wiener and password Peter. So with burp as our proxy, we are going to intercept this, forward the login, and what we said, once we have an successful login, we are provided with our JWT. So our first step is, one, we want to access the admin portal. That's checked out, complete. But we still do not have access because our payload most definitely does not include us as an admin. So we can send this to repeater with the JSON web token extension. It decodes it and we are able to see that we are the user Wiener. So administrator, make sure I type that right. And if we change our user from Wiener to administrator and copy this new token without knowing the key, by the way, because it does not check for valid signatures, we can paste this. Give me a second. We can paste this and forward it. And now, look, we have access to the admin panel and are able to delete the user Carlos, which we can forward, and so we had access to the admin panel and we're able to delete users. Okay, so now that we know that we can do this, there's another way we can do it without having to use burp. Really, we can log out. Okay, so what we can do is we can check our HTTP history, go to the top, look at my account, copy our token, and we can use an interesting tool. I'm gonna link it in the description, called JWT tool, created by Tsarp. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But what this tool is going to allow us is to modify the token, and its basic function, if you do not provide any flags, is to just decrypt it. So we see the same information we saw on burp. We have the algorithm used, the user, the timestamps. Now if we provide the tag T, we can use this to mess with the token. Here, the menu addition will take you to straight the appropriate function and return you to a token ready to use in your test. For example, to tamper the existing token, run the following tag T. So we are going to mess with neither of these in the header. So we're going to just click 0. Now we're in the payload and we want to change the user. So we are going to click 2 since it's in the 2. And we want to change it to administrator. Administrator, enter. Now we click, give me a second. Click O to administrator, enter, 0. Now we have our new forged token. Now if we do the same thing we did here, we are able to see that this new forged token has this administrator value set. Now if we were to go back here, log in as the Wiener user, capture this request through our proxy, go to /admin. Now paste the token we generated via this tool. We can forward and we should be administrator. Let me do that one more time. Wiener Peter. Was this to administrator? Token is expired. Okay, so we are gonna, okay. So I'm guessing what we have to do is provide the fresh JWT that's created. So we can't keep using the old one. So we're gonna do this, log in. We're gonna forward this, grab this one. We are going to input it here. Let me X out of this so you can see the terminal a little bit better. We're gonna do tag T, 0 because we do not want to modify the header. We're gonna choose 2 because we do want to modify the user, and administrator. Then we're gonna click 0, and this is the new modified token, the new forged token. So let's copy this, put admin here, change the token to the one we just forged, and if we forward, we should be admin successfully, and we can delete the user Carlos. So that is the lab. That is the lab. It keeps signing me out of the administrator portal, but I'm guessing if you keep the proxy on and you just click delete and forward it, you should be able to complete the lab. But yeah, we just saw how unverifying the signatures leads to complete, access to a whole other user's panel or account. So if we go here, if we go back, JWT tokens, we can see that we solved it and we were able to delete the Carlos user. So thank you guys for watching. This is just a short series I wanted to do, and I'm going to continue doing on each lab. This was the JWT authentication bypass via unverified signature lab, and there are a couple, about 6-8 labs that we were going to work on. If you guys have any suggestions or any tips, if I said anything that was false, feel free to comment and talk about it in the comments below. Yeah, thank you guys.